even have the faith the size of a mustard seed. It goes out the window. Hold on, but everything was good yesterday. Everything was good yesterday. But when something happens to us, we don't want anybody coming up to us. Oh, God gonna take care of you. It'll be all right. We don't want that anymore. We don't want that anymore. So, we're going to get deep. I'm going to be obedient and do what Pastor Abrams told me to do. He wanted me to come here and give my testimony and to help relieve some people of their struggles.
Amen.
So let's get deep, because we need to understand that if we take care of ourselves, then we can be the best person that we were destined to be. We can do more for people like that look up to us. Because no matter how young or old you are, somebody is looking at you. No matter who that may be. A lot of times we don't know who that is. But somebody is looking at us.
Amen.
And how do we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King? We celebrate him with the way we live our lives. With the way we live our lives. Because our life is our personal message to the world. That's how we communicate with the world, by the way we live.
Amen.
By the way we live. So use your life to inspire. They say I have a disability. I say differently. Because those that know me know that there's no diss in my ability. See, I can relate to a lot. Everything wasn't handed to me growing up. I didn't have a lot of things that other kids had, but we made do.
Amen.
See, I didn't have the Jordans, the J's. All the J's I knew of was Jordan Ash. So we shopped at the age of TWL in the Bill Dollar store. I don't know if y'all know anything about that. I grew up poor. I like to tell people I grew up poor because we couldn't afford the OOR. But we complain about everything, and it's not just our young people. It's not just our young people. Instead of complaining about the things you don't have or the things you're not able to do, we have to learn to be thankful for what we do have and what we are able to do. Because there's always someone out there that can't do what we can do. There's always someone out there that don't have what we have. No matter how bad you think your circumstances may be, there's always someone worse.
Amen.
Sometimes we just have to look around. And when we look around, we'll see that everything is all right. 2 Timothy 3:12 tells us that all that live a godly life will suffer persecution. And I think us that live the Christian life, we forget that. We forget that. We think that just because we're good and because we're serving Him, that bad things are not supposed to happen. That bad things are not supposed to happen. Well, when you follow God, you're going to suffer persecution. Things are going to happen. But I like to think when you do that, you're protected.
Covered. Thank you, God.
Protected.
Yes, sir.
Suffer persecution.
Yes.
We've all had things that happen to us. And it's my goal that we stay on track.
Yes.
Amen.
All have things that happen to us. I want you to think about something that has happened to you, because I'm here to tell you right now that adversity don't discriminate. Struggle don't discriminate.
No.
It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what you look like. We've all been through some type of struggle. But we have to learn to overcome those obstacles if we're going to be the person that God created us to be.
Amen.
We have to learn to keep that faith despite those challenges, despite those circumstances. Because I know for myself that God will take your deepest pain and turn it into your greatest calling. Can take that deepest pain and turn it into your greatest calling. That's me. So you think about something. Because the same things that you went through, our kids are going to go through. If not already going through them. And sometimes we'll see somebody misbehaving. And we're all products of our environment. And that person that's misbehaving don't know how to cope. And then we come in and we talk about them. We said her this, we said her that, and we forget that we went through the same stuff.
Yeah.
That's right. That's so true.
So think about your life. Be honest with yourself. Has someone harmed you? Wronged you? Really think about your life. And really think about how far you've come. Has someone wronged you? Harmed you? Was someone close to you that doubted you, that thought you were never going to amount to anything?
Yes, sir. Come on.
Are you honest? Were you a victim of abuse? Were you bullied? Met a young man yesterday who was molested by his father. His father later went to prison, and he grew up in the foster system, not knowing how to cope. Your situation. Did you grow up without a parent in your life? Single parent home. I did. After some circumstances took place.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Maybe you had a father in your house, but that father showed no signs of affection, so you grew up with a hole in your heart, afraid to give affection, afraid to receive affection.
Woo!
Have you ever stopped to think about why you act the way you act? Have you ever stopped to think about why I am the way I am? And it all goes back to your struggles, to your circumstances. No, I'm not going to trust my husband because I grew up this way. So think about your own circumstances. Have you lost someone in your life and you're still struggling to cope? Maybe a child, a sibling, a parent, and you still hadn't gotten over it. Are you struggling to forgive someone? Are you still angry about something? I meet people all the time, and every time you talk to them, they have to fuss about something. They're not being themselves if they're not angry about something.
Help us.
Let it go.
Let it go.
My Lord.
Trouble in your family. Have you went through a divorce? Going through a divorce. Maybe there's trouble in your marriage right now. Grew up not knowing where your next meal was coming from. I don't know, you may be in the midst of the storm right now. But in order to be who God wants you to be, you have to remove those obstacles that get in your way. Because we all have tests in our lives.
Yes.
We all have tests in our lives. And I like to think those struggles are part of that test. Because sometimes those struggles need to come in your life so when you will get down on your knees and remember who brought you out. That struggle may be a reminder.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes when we're struggling, sometimes we're going through a circumstance, we allow a circumstance to dictate how we treat one another. No more Christian love because now the devil has creeped in.
All right. Speak on it, sir.
How we treat one another.
Yes, sir.
And you just watch yourself. Pay attention to yourself. Don't allow your circumstances to come in and control your life.
Amen.
You have to let your wounds heal from the people that hurt you so you don't bleed on the ones that didn't even cut you.
Oh, Lord.
Let your wounds heal from the people that hurt you so you don't bleed on the ones that didn't even cut you.
That was
Because your
deep.
past, your struggles, it's not meant to make you bitter. It's meant to make you better,
Amen.
stronger, wiser. Not born winners or losers, but born choosers. In school, I have an opportunity to speak at many schools all around the nation. So the kids, they don't just call me a guy in a wheelchair. They call me a beast. Being a beast means you know who you are.
Yes.
Being a beast means no matter what obstacle comes into your life, you know that you can overcome because you realize that you're greater than any circumstance. You realize that you're greater than any challenge. Because there's nobody in this world created like you. You're the only you that God saw fit to create. So that means something.
Yes, sir.
That means something. 1994. getting into my testimony, when I was in the 6th grade, I remember getting a phone call from my grandmother. My grandmother called and told my siblings and I that my dad had been hit by a car. Not thinking that it was anything serious, we got on the school bus as usual, and we approached the center of hot coffee. And as we approached the center of hot coffee, we passed the only store in hot coffee, McDonald's store. And as we passed McDonald's store, we saw a crowd of people on the outside of that store. My mom was in that crowd. My mom came rushing out of that crowd, and she stopped the school bus. My siblings and I, we got off the school bus, and we went into the center of that crowd. And we found out something. Someone had been feeding my grandmother some incorrect information because my dad wasn't run over. Someone put a gun to his head, pulled the trigger, and threw him out on the highway. As a 6th grader, I had to see that. Any 6th graders in here? 6th graders? As a 6th grader, I had to see that. As a 6th grader, I just witnessed my dad after he was murdered. As a 6th grader, I had to witness my mom have a nervous breakdown. As a 6th grader, I had to witness my younger sister have a nervous breakdown. But all of that continued to teach me as I grew older.
Yes. Yes.
That we can find purpose in our struggle.
Amen.
Finding purpose in your struggle. My dad was a victim of a hate crime. Killed because of what he looked like. But now he saw fit to give me a purpose where I'm living life every day showing people the power of love, giving people their lives back. Because of the circumstances that took place in my life. Turning your wounds into wisdom. My dad would always tell us that he wanted us to be better than he was. So I wanted to make him proud. So I went to Collins High School and I graduated at the top of my class.
Amen.
In Mississippi. I also excelled in athletics. Had scholarships in football in different places. When an injury messed me up in high school, I was able to fall back on those academics because I wanted it. No one's going to tell me that I was going to fail. Determination.
Yes.
Wanting it. After high school, I went to the University of Southern Mississippi where I majored in education. Until this day, my education license is still active. I give myself no excuse. So after college, I started teaching at Mississippi. I taught there for a year. Then my dream job opened up being a football coach and teacher at my alma mater in Collins. I was so excited to learn some of the same coaches and teachers that encouraged me when I was in high school. School was going to start on August 8, 2005. That was a Monday. August 5th, 2005, that Friday, as I prepared to go get my classroom ready for the students to come in that Monday, I was railroaded by a drunk driver, clocked at 120 miles an hour. They found my torso on the floor of that car, my legs wrapped around the steering wheel. Only thing holding me together was a seatbelt. All of this because of a choice that somebody made that they didn't have to make. See, there's power in a choice because your choices don't just affect you, they affect everybody. There's power in a choice. Jesus. They affect more than just yourself. Because we have some people over here that's looking at you on your choices.
Yes.
See, that person is not going to make a decision to not shake themselves in the club if mama's doing the same thing. There's power in choice.
Yes.
See, our kids are not going to follow our advice. They follow our example.
Yeah.
Our example.
That's it.
That's what happens. That car accident. See, people would like to think that that car turned my life upside down, but I believe in my heart that it turned my life right side up.
That's it.
Because I found purpose. I remember one incident waking up with blood dripping from my face, saying, "Somebody help me." And while I was doing that, for a brief second, I had that memory. Then everything went dark. And when everything went dark, I coded. Coding means my heart stopped. It means I was literally dead in that car.
My God.
And when that happened, it took me to a place of peace. I was in this place where I had these flashbacks of my life. And then all of a sudden everything stopped. And I was in this place where my dad appeared, along with some other family members that passed on before him. This bright place, I can't even explain it.
Oh, glory.
And my dad said, son, everything's going to be okay. And after he said that, he walked away toward an opening in this lit place and he disappeared. Not knowing what to do, I decided to follow him through that same opening. But before I got there, I woke in the hospital with a doctor holding a light above me, and I overheard him say, we got him back. So that's why I continue to smile.
Lord.
Joy. Joy is different from being happy. I can give you a piece of candy to make you happy, but it doesn't give you joy. And why should you have joy? Because this is a day that you've never seen before.
Yes, sir.
And every second we waste, mad at somebody, angry at somebody, not choosing not to forgive somebody, we're wasting our time.
My God.
We're wasting our time. Seconds wasted. That time could be used being productive. Being productive. I coded again at the hospital, and this time was different. This time, the doctor came into the room after they brought me back. And I coded this time, they told my family in the waiting room that they could no longer bring me back, that it was over, that I was deceased. So I can imagine my mom in the waiting room about to have another nervous breakdown. I can imagine the chaos that was going on in that hospital. But somebody came into the room to pay their respect because they heard of my passing. Somebody that worked there. Thought they saw something, wasn't sure. Called medical staff back in. They found the pulse, put me on life support. A year later, I came out of the hospital, and today I'm talking to you. I know there's a God. I know I have a purpose. But everybody in here has a purpose. And you can't forget that. You can't forget that. You can't give up on yourself. Every person in here has one.
Yes.
Look at these beautiful children over here. Don't ever let them forget that their life has purpose. Stand up for a minute. I like to do this for every child. I want you to know that what's your name? What's that? London. London, I want you to know there's going to, even at your young age, you're going to have adversity that creeps in. That means struggles. People are going to doubt you. And even at your age, there's somebody younger than you that's probably looking at you. But no matter what you go through, whether it's a child, whether it's as a teenager, always remember, and you can remember that little guy, the big guy, in the wheelchair told you this. Always remember that your life has purpose.
Hallelujah.
That you are enough all by yourself. That you're irreplaceable. Because God saw fit to create the only you out there. And since he saw fit to create the only you, that means something.
Hallelujah.
Don't ever let anybody tell you that you're somebody you're not. You hold on to that.
Amen. Amen.
That accident. I remember when I got to a regular room, there was a doctor, his name was Timothy Weed, and he told my family that I wasn't going to make it. He told my mom that if I were to get past all of this, that she should consider putting me in a nursing home. That Dwight wasn't going to be the same ever again. He wasn't going to be able to do anything for himself because he sustained too many internal injuries, too many things, and he's not going to be productive. That's the way I took it when he said that.
Yeah.
He's not going to be productive. That was my first time remembering hearing my mom curse. I mean, she let him have it. But I wish I could see that doctor now, because that doctor didn't know the God that I know. Obviously, he didn't know about his grace. He didn't know about his mercy.
My God.
So look at me now.
My God.
Look at me now. I continue to roll. I continue to roll despite those circumstances. Despite the circumstances. Don't give up on you. No matter the circumstances. Don't give up on you. There's always a bigger picture. There's always a bigger picture. Do not give up on you.
Hallelujah.
My body may be hurt, but my soul is saved. I realize. Don't ever feel sorry for me because I'm full of joy. I will always smile. I smile when I think about where I could have been and where I am now. I smile when I think about all the surgeries. I smile when I think about being given so much blood that I can taste it. I smile when I think about my fever being so high that it brought ice over my entire body. Thinking about people coming into the room, putting their hands under my nose, checking to see if I'm still breathing. How could I not smile? And I remember that. Imagine being on life support. You're back on earth now, and you can't respond to the outside world, but you can hear everything around you. You can hear when medical staff are coming to the room and talk amongst themselves, saying that family needs to take this guy off life support because he's not going to make it. You can hear when family members come into the room and put their hands under my nose, checking to see if I'm still alive. How could I not smile?
Lord have mercy.
And some of us has been through the storm, has been through everything, and we still refuse to give God His glory.
Say that.
I sustained several injuries. I broke all of my ribs. My liver was found lodged into my chest. I tore both shoulders. I sustained liver damage, kidney damage, brain trauma, punctured lungs, couldn't breathe no more, had to be placed on life support, back was broken, spinal cord severed, all because of a choice that somebody made that they didn't have to make. See, there's power in a choice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was hit by a 72-year-old drunk driver. He never called to say he was sorry, didn't show any sign of remorse. But I knew I had to forgive him.
Right.
And not just for him, for me.
Yeah.
You need see some of us right now are still living our lives with anger about something that happened in our past.
My God.
Maybe our parents did something to us. Maybe we're not speaking to somebody. Family members not speaking to each other.
Help us.
Woo, Lord have
Not
mercy.
speaking to one another. And I'm pretty, you know who you are.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Yes, sir.
You forgive for yourself.
For yourself.
Even if somebody
Man.
has wronged you. Who's doing the suffering? You're sitting there while somebody's out there not stunting you here every day. You letting them control your life. You have to learn to let that go. I realize I'm physically paralyzed. I can't walk. No one has to tell me that. I live it every day.
Come on, God.
But you can be paralyzed without being in a wheelchair.
Amen.
You can be paralyzed without being in a wheelchair. If you're living your life and you allow anger to come in and just control everything you do, you're living your life paralyzed because you're not going anywhere. If you're living your life and those insecurities, maybe you're ashamed of yourself. Maybe you're ashamed of something you did because you do know we're our own worst enemy. If you're ashamed of yourself, some sort of insecurity, maybe it's your weight, maybe it's something else.
Come on, Doc.
And it's controlling every single thing you do. I know people with disabilities who won't even come out of the house because they're afraid of who's going to look at them. You're living your life paralyzed. If you allow drugs and alcohol to come in and control your life, and drugs and alcohol, they have the power to destroy an entire community.
Yes.
Living your life paralyzed. Anything that stops you from being who you were destined to be.
Wow.
You're living your life paralyzed. Don't let your circumstances paralyze you. You're greater than that.
Yeah.
You're greater than that. You're greater than any challenge. You're greater than any circumstance. How do I know? Because He created you. People sometimes ask me if I get mad and wonder why this happened to me. I say, why not? They said, Dwight, but you were such a good person. Bad things happen to good people.
Yes, indeed.
I always say I like to think that God uses His strongest soldiers for His hardest battle.
Yes, sir.
And I needed to be up for the challenge. See, His glory. We like to throw that word around, but do we even know what it means? It means I'm only one person. But for the glory of God, He's able to use me in this wheelchair to impact more people than I ever could standing up. His glory. For the greater good. I like to think that your pastor has had his share of adversity. But that adversity led him into becoming a better pastor, and you benefit from that. His glory. See, when there's a girl reaching out to me that doesn't want to live anymore, and God gives me answers, that team to give that team new hope, that's my purpose. Yeah. There was a young man that was just in an accident and became paralyzed, and I'm able to lead that person to new independence and joy. That's my purpose. Yeah. See, everything I did in this wheelchair. Yeah. This guy that you're looking at me, God saw fit. Yeah. It gives me a platform to bring other people to Him. So this guy that you're looking at was on the same stage as Al Roker, on the same stage as Ruby D, on the same stage as the Bush family, all toward me for me and my efforts. Invited to the home of Mayor Bloomberg, getting a thank you on video from Mrs. Obama. His glory. And sometimes life doesn't give you everything you want, not because you don't deserve it, but because you deserve more. See, I live my life with more peace than I've ever had. My God. More wisdom than I've ever had. More strength than I've ever had.
Thank you, Lord. Glory.
You deserve more.
Yes.
See, we all have problems. But I always say the problem is not the problem. The problem is our attitude about the problem.
Yeah.
It's how we approach the problem. How we choose to bounce back from the problem.
Yeah.
That's power.
That's powerful.
Power in a choice. Power in a choice. Somebody asked me what was I most passionate about. My passion is people. Being hands-on, mentorship, empowerment, peer support, hope. I know it may be hard for people to understand, but I'm thankful for that break because I found my purpose. So I hadn't been through anything. I went through what was necessary to get me to the point I am right now. Right now. See, I encounter a lot of, as a mentor, I encounter so many people with disabilities that are about to give up. Actually, I'm on my way after I leave here to the Oshner, is it Oshner?
Yes.
To that hospital to see somebody after I leave here. And see, when somebody's life is turned upside down. Let's take, for instance, you lose somebody in your family. When you lose somebody in your family, it's hard to grasp at the beginning. Because people are doing so many things for you. People are bringing you flowers. People are cooking you food. I know when my accident happened, every time I turned around, somebody was bringing me food in the hospital. I had ham hocks on top of ham hocks. And I was happy. So it wasn't selling in what had just happened. Because everybody was feeding me. Everybody was doing all these things. So when you lose something, you're getting calls all the time. Honey, it's going to be you're getting calls all the time. People are bringing you things. People are cooking for you. And then at some point, those flowers stop. At some point, that food stops. At some point, those calls stop. And it's at that point, you have to learn to be able to cope with situations on your own. Which is why I enjoy mentoring. Because when those things stop, some people don't know how to move forward.
My God.
They don't know how to move forward. And so that's why I'm so passionate about what I do. Because when I'm seeing somebody in the hospital, whether it's with cancer or whether it's with a new spinal cord injury, they ask themselves all type of questions. What do I do now, Mr. Owens? What's to come next? Will I be a burden to my family? Will I lose my friends? Will I ever find love? I don't want anybody to see me in public. Will I ever be able to work again? Who will want to see me like this? Is my life over? Those are the questions that they ask themselves. And I introduce them to somebody. Despite the wheelchair, I'm so blessed. I have everything I need. I drive everywhere I need to go. Have a wonderful wife. We've been married going on 12 years. Well, 12 years now. This past November. And she wasn't able to make it here with me today. She's at this weekend was the founders weekend of Delta Sigma Theta. So she had to go out there. So she's in Jackson, Mississippi today. Doing that. Doing that. So I was confident I told you about your confidence. Not ever losing confidence in who you are.
Yeah.
Because you're the only you. The only you. And that's something special. I don't know if you know how special that is. Created in the image of God. That's something special. Something special. So don't ever lose your confidence, no matter what happens. I was confident before the accident, and I'm confident even after.
Amen.
Even after. So confident that when I saw the woman that I wanted to date, I just rolled up to her. I put this wheelchair on park. Became my wife, and still infatuated with all this.
Yes, sir.
Had me doing willies everywhere.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, I think a daughter is the most beautiful gift the world has.
Yeah.
Don't ever. You know, there's so many people, especially other men. We have to understand where we come from, and we have to understand our environment, be a product of our environment. And many of us, we grew up in a household. We grew up with parents, especially our fathers, that when we had one, they led in a different way. They felt like the only thing they needed to do was provide. They didn't believe in putting their arms around you. They didn't believe in offering any affection. As long as they gave a little money, they think they did their job.
Yeah.
Different time now. They need us. They need us to tell them how beautiful they are. They need us to tell them how special they are.
Yes.
They need us to tell us they love them. It's sad when I meet somebody and they tell us that their parent has never said the words "I love you" their entire life.
Lord have mercy.
Somebody in here has lived that.
Yes.
And I had a daughter
Lord have
who
mercy.
was born on 12/12/12. And I tell her that every single day.
Yes.
That's it.
Every single day. Every day. So since I have a daughter, I just hope I don't have to roll up on any more. Think about what God has done for me. I wake up every morning with tremendous joy, just wanting to do something.
Yes, sir.
It's okay to cry sometimes.
Yeah.
If it wasn't, He wouldn't have gave us those tear ducts.
That's right.
But weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes with joy. You continue to move forward. We're not going that way.
No, sir.
Continue to move forward. As for me, I'm going to continue to rejoice and continue to smile. I smile because I'm still here. I smile because I'm free. I live with a no excuse attitude. I'm still standing despite the disability label. I'm still standing despite the wheelchair. I'm still standing despite multiple surgeries and doctors believing I wouldn't make it. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Not this wheelchair, not what people may think about me. Nothing, because you are in control of your own thoughts. And then we give so much power to the other person.
Yeah.
Everything we do is about what they're going to think.
Right.
What they're going to think.
Right.
Girl, you know I can't. What is she going to think? Everything is about what the next one. But what about you?
Yes.
What about your salvation?
Yeah.
That's right. Amen.
What about you?
Hallelujah.
Doing the things that you want to do.
Yes.
And my grandmother told me that God will wreck your plans when He sees that your plan is about to wreck you. Continue to do what you want to do.
Say that again.
Continue to do what you want to do.
Jesus.
Those plans are going to get wrecked. And those plans are going to get wrecked. For I know the plans I have for you, declares Lord. Jeremiah 29:11 plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. See, none of you guys were created to live in harm.
That's it.
Created to live in pain. Even when things take place at school, maybe it's a little bullying, whatever the case may be, you were not meant or created to live in pain. You were not created to live in hurt, but to prosper, to be somebody.
Right. Come on now.
And if you know your own faults, nobody can ever use them against you.
Right.
Be strong in who you are.
Hallelujah.
Be strong in who you are.
Yes.
So when you lose something, we've all been through something, we've all lost something. When you lose something, don't think of it as a loss.
Yeah.
Think of it as a gift that gets you on the path you were meant to travel on.
Yes.
See, guys know, don't let it make you angry. Guys know it's not always rejection. Sometimes it's a redirection. He's directing you into a new path.
Oh, yes.
It's where you belong.
Yes, God.
Where you belong, but many times we don't want to accept it because we want things on our own time.
Yeah.
He's taking too long. Taking too long. I need my breakthrough right now. You know, we're some selfish somebody. Some selfish somebody.
Yes, sir.
His plan. And I like to think that my accident was part of the plan for me. See, I always thought I was going to be a teacher, math teacher, football coach.
Wow.
That's what I wanted to do.
What you want?
That's what I wanted. That's what I thought for my whole life. That's what I was going to be. My whole life. But he had other plans.
Yes.
He had other plans. See, I can't do the snake leg. I can't do the get up or the Old Town Road. Can't do the electric slide. But I can still shoulder lean.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
I can't do all those things. He let me keep my mouth so I can motivate, empower, and inspire. He let me keep my hands so I can write still standing.
Yes, sir.
My point is, we make the best out of what life gives us.
Yes, sir.
Right. And we do it like a beast.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting ready to sit down. I'm getting ready to sit down.
Come on, Doc.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm already sitting down.
Yeah.
But everybody needs to know how valuable you are.
Yeah.
In all
Yeah.
seriousness. Because when you understand your value, then you do better. You accept. You don't just accept anything.
Right.
Our young girls won't just accept anything because they know their value.
Yes,
They know their value. They know their self-worth. If I pull some money out of here, and I like to use this analogy, if I pull some money out of here, let's say $100 bill, and I say, somebody raise your hand if you want $100, every hand will be raised. If I balled it up, you would still want it. If I stumped on it, you would still want it. The reason you would still want it, because even if I did those things, that money still holds its value. Some of you guys are going to go through life, you're going to feel like you've been balled up. Our children, they go through like sometimes they feel like they're nothing. And you feel like you've been stumped on, like you've been drugged through the mud, like nobody cares, but no matter what you go through, just like that money, your value remains the same.
Yes, sir.
And your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. So start giving them that power. Don't give it to them. Don't give it to them. We get too caught up in what someone else thinks. Too caught up. Don't let others define you. You define yourself. See, people in general, the human side of us, even though we don't think that we want to be, there's a part of people that want to be, that always thinks there's something to fix. They're not proud of themselves. You can take the tallest people in the world, they tell you they want to be a little shorter.
Yeah.
You can take the shortest person in the world. I know I was deceived a few times thinking a girl was tall, but she was short because she had these high heels on. The shortest people want to be tall.
Right.
Yes, we do.
You know, the lightest people want to be dark.
Right.
Dark people want to be light. And they accept bullying because they have dark skin. Now they want to be light. Everybody want to be somebody different. Big want to be small, small want to be big. As I tell every woman, ladies, everybody out there can't be a 36, 24, 36. We have to be strong in who we are.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Strong in who we are. It doesn't matter who you are. I have business cards here. I love to mentor. I love to do things. I love to give people an open line of communication with me. So if you want my information before you leave, you can get my card. And if you happen to not get my card, you can contact Pastor Abrams because he has my information.
Yes, sir.
So do that. We're all going to have to leave here one day. It's a fact that some of us are going to live longer lives than others.
Yeah.
So it's not about the years of your life. It's about the life in your years, meaning what you do while you're here. That's what counts. What you do while you're here.
Yes.
That's how you create a legacy.
Amen.
We still talk about Dr. Martin Luther King today because of that legacy.
Yes.
What legacy are you going to leave? What legacy are you going to leave? That's something to think about.
Yes, it is.
That's something to think about. So we all die.
Yeah.
The goal is not to live forever, but to create something that will.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
His memory lives forever.
Yeah.
The love that you pass on will live forever.
Yes.
Your impact will live forever.
My God.
Create something that will.
Yes.
Because when you look at this wheelchair, you understand something. That life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. It doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. It doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. And we need to understand that. We need to understand that pain is real, but so is hope.
Yeah.
Pain is real, but so is hope. Must not forget that. I want all of my kids, all of my students from K through 12 to stand up. You know, if you have a child, you ever wonder why they can learn a song so fast but can't pass the test? Can't learn the answers to the test? That's because that song, they're constantly singing it and they say it out loud. So I like to get them to say things out loud so they remember it.
Yeah.
So they'll remember it. So I want everybody in here, I want you guys to repeat some things after me because I want you to remember. I want you to soak it in. So here we go. I'm free.
I'm free.
Free.
I'm special.
I'm special.
I'm unique.
I'm unique.
I am somebody.
I am somebody.
I will overcome
I will overcome
all adversity.
all adversity.
I hold the power
I hold the power
of my future
of my future
in my hand.
in my hand.
No weapon
No weapon
formed against me
formed against me
shall prosper.
shall prosper.
I will be great.
I will be great.
No violence.
No violence.
No bullying.
No bullying.
No drugs.
No drugs.
Say nothing will hold me back.
Nothing will hold me back.
Nothing will hold me back.
Nothing will hold me
I'm
back.
irreplaceable.
I'm irreplaceable.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I'm a beast.
I'm a beast.
I'm a beast.
I'm a beast.
You power. You power.
You power.
You power.
You power. Amen.
You have to tell that devil. You have to tell him. You have to tell him. He's trying to bring all of us down. He's in a war too. He's trying to beat all of us down. We have to tell him, I'm ready for war. Your time is now. You can't have my victory. You can't have my family. No more self-pity. My life belongs to me. You have to tell yourself that your bounce back will be stronger than your setback.
Yes, sir.
Because none of us can change what has already happened. What has already happened in your life is something to learn from. You have to turn that wound into wisdom. You can't go back. You're no longer there. So the next time you're going through something, I want you to be able to look around and know that your breakthrough is following right behind you.
Praise God. Praise Him.
See, we're in that midst of the storm. We have to learn how to dance in the rain.
Yeah.
We have to learn how to dance in the rain.
Jesus.
Pain is real, but so is hope. I love you guys. I appreciate you. But understand who you are.
Yeah.
Understand the power that you have, the power of a choice.
Yeah.
See, they say I have a disability. I say differently. They don't know.
Yeah.
There's no disability.
Amen. Amen.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, once again,
Hallelujah.
first of all, I want to thank you for your grace and allowing me to travel down the highway each and every day. Lord, we come to you once again asking for strength and forgiveness. I don't know the struggles here. I don't know, but everybody knows.
Yeah, God.
Everybody knows their own story. Everybody knows their own struggles. Everybody knows what you have brought them from. Let us not pretend that we did it all by ourselves. We are imperfect. Made out of dust, we get weak.
Oh, yeah, God.
So forgive us for our self-pity.
Yes,
And
Lord.
we all have it. Forgive us for our selfishness. We're not praying for an easy life, Lord, but we're praying for the strength to endure difficulty.
Yes, God.
Breathe on us.
Breathe on us,
Equip
Lord.
us. So we're ready for this fight
Yes,
with the devil. We're ready to fight temptation. We need you. No matter what has happened in our lives, we trust you.
Yes,
Yeah,
Lord.
In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.